All right, everyone, straighten up. Sit up straight. Yeah, I can barely sit up straight because when I wear my hair high up, like a Texan should. Just kidding, I have no affiliation with Texas that I know of anyway. You know, it hits the sky. So anyway, this is the good, bad, ugly news. Talk your shit, volume 8. This is the Gainz edition. The strength card, numero 8. And I didn't realize that it was November 8th. Until now. Until this very moment. Let me share with you something. Okay? Okay? Because I've been feeling really shitty. Until I ate my food. See? Cleaned it. Open sesame. 1, 2, 3. Sesame magic. Sesame witchcraft. 1:23 on the clock, what it was. Look, okay, so first off, I got my son registered for a school thing, or registered for something, and it was a transition, and I, upon parking, it was the first time I've been to that place, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not quite in the loading zone, I'm annexed to it, and I don't see any of the parking signs, which it refers to. I still got a fucking violation after 2 minutes. It's gonna cost me a little over $50 for a fucking violation. Thanks, Tustin. So anyway, this is the first citation traffic offense that I, hold on real quick, that I'm going to contest because I did not see any other sign, and upon the entry of the gate, it was all, there was no parking there. It was, I don't know what, so anyway, no more than 2 minutes later, I got a ticket. Well, and I was anyway, I'll let it go. I'm gonna pretend as though it's this registration fee for my son for an elite school, a more elite school. I have to trick my brain into shit like that. Then later that day, I got a notice on my gate to explore my options on my mortgage. This is the first time I've gotten a notice on my door. How embarrassing, right on my gate. Not with the intimacy within like my freaking doorknob like it should. It was on my gate, so all my neighbors could see, oh, Tina has not paid her bills, or has not paid for her mortgage in months. Great. Thanks for putting me on blast, assholes. Then, third time's a charm, I wake up to this. Hi. I wake up to this. A notice. It's a notice for picking up something that requires a signature. It probably has to do with the house or some like bill. I don't know. I don't know. So third time's a charm. We'll see. I mean, I would love for it to be about the will and that yay, money. But then I decided, okay, that's the thing that woke me up, my son, actually, because I didn't get the notification. So my son woke me up, and he was like, somebody's at the door. So, once I realized, okay, it may be that, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to get riled up over it. And I decided, okay, well, the post office opens up until this time, so I'll just go straight at it rather than procrastinating. You can't be afraid of, facing whatever it is. I go to the post office and it says that it's held till Monday. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But, before things get fantastic, things have to kind of just break down, just break down a little bit. It's gotta like humble you, right? So that's what I'm presuming things are happening. Like, so Anyway, left side. You have this. Like, you don't see it, Tina. You're caught up in these circumstances. And it could be much worse. I know that the people who did me wrong, they're in bad shape, let me tell you. So 8 of Swords on the recipient side. Takyoshi, Tina. Well, this is feeling a little trapped, a little stuck, and not up. Well, I guess that would be, if you're stuck up, you're pretty stuck, right? Oh, I forgot I was going to put on my earrings. Okay. So I guess that's my Nelson little roast. Personal roast. Personal roast. Anyway, I felt good. As soon as I ate, I was like, God bless people who are having problems just finding something to eat, you know? So anyway, I haven't done a pop-up a show up in a while because I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I said, it's just eating up all the funds. Like I'm not making any, I'm not even breaking even. It's crazy. Like one of the lowest fees is $15 to enter. And like that's the only one that I practically broke even at. And I didn't even because I had to eat there. Like it was, So anyway, I'm hoping that things are gonna go just as spectacularly wonderful to me, for me. Anyway, 8 of Swords, okay? You don't see it. There's like a little smirk on her face if you look very, very closely. You see? She's like, okay, I can't really, it's pretending like you can't see through the piñata blindfold. Like, and a lot of the visibility is actually looking down, you know? So like you look like a vato, you know, like when you're when you're cheating. It's funny because like more than half the people know if you're cheating or not. But they're all kids, you know? You don't give like a pro baseball player like, you know, loose fittings on there. Like they're kids, come on. And it's to better regulate, you know, when they swing the bat so they don't hit anybody. Anyway, hidden in here is the star card. You know, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out of the water, or temperance, whatever. Things are chill. This is the first time I've noticed this because it's like so visible. So much clarity there. Yep, a lot of beeps. Well, that was a strong beep. And just like the Tower card, what I noticed in the Celtic Fairy Tarot, the Tower card is more embodied in the person rather than, so it's a representative of what's happening, like, of like a greater establishment. So this is the Empress's empire, and it's like she's held hostage, like princess from like Mario, you know, Brothers thing. So held hostage a bit. Now I don't know what extreme like what degree of like hostage situation this is. If it's like, you know, a little playful, like not like, what do you call it, like Gremlins, like New Year's Eve, like that kind of energy, like it's a ploy, a plot that's about to thicken, or if it's like I don't know, there's just different variations to the story here. So if this is like the Tower card, and the Tower card is about making decisions and being certain about something, this is a little bit, I don't know, is this uncertainty or certainty? This is about the uncertainty, so you just go along with it. This is what I feel like. Because, like, I got a, you know, about my other life, you know, the one that I had to dabble in, the adult, you know, the certain establishments, into that realm, into the industry. They're still, you know, fans of it. And even though I like blocked a huge chunk of those contacts, they're still like, I don't micromanage everything, you know. I just block out who's like shame on you. You're never going to cross my path again and you know, and not have shame, you know? And so, I, like about a week or two ago, I don't know, it was before the full moon, like right before the full moon. So I guess about a week ago, I got a message like, oh, what establishment are you at? And I said, oh, not that one. And it said, you do meetups? Even though it says like on the wall, no meetups. Or like, I think like no extras or something like that. And should I just divulge in this? I'm like, who? Just gonna say what? I'm already healed, so it's okay. I've already thought about this. I've already digested. Whatever somebody says, it's not gonna hurt me. Can't hurt me. So I am where I am for a certain reason. I am well loved for all reasons. So, what do you want to say? So he asked me, it's one of those where like you have to like play into spirituality, and you have to wonder like, okay, we're gonna have to play this cat and mouse game of questions, you know, Q&A, because I've never done this shit before. And so he asked, how much for the hour? And I'm like, okay, so I can't just give him we have to go back and forth on this. So I'm like, okay, without investing too much of like my time or energy. So I have to ask stuff like, okay, so, but I ghosted him. Like, I didn't even answer to that. That was the last question, because I'm like, okay, do I wait till like the closer to the deadline, or is that going to make me more, like selling myself short, you know? Or, to like for payments, you know? Or do I like go up front now and just prepare like, okay, this is my last option, you know? And I'm sweating here. I don't want to roll down my windows too much. My last option. And so I was thinking about it. I was like, I need to raise my rates, you know, like my hourly rates or whatever, just to make sure that nobody's gonna fuck around with me. You know, it's partly like insurance for like, you know, you're not gonna fuck with me if you're gonna pay this up front. And so I have to ask like, okay, so what do you have in mind? You know, what are the terms? You know. And where, you know, and I don't do this and I don't do that, and you know, stuff like that. So I don't know if I have to consider those options, because I really don't know how the world is going to place me, like if they're for real going to come through. I don't know when, how, because things have been delayed for so long. With other stuff, and stuff happened yesterday, like I got so bloated, like dude, I threw up in my mouth a little bit, like in exercising, and I wasn't going hard on that. So I just saw like a termite on my, hold on, okay,
power on.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to do that. I don't know if like if I should be like wishful thinking and like, oh, okay, maybe this letter that I have to sign for that's ready for me on Monday, it's gonna be like something that will deliver me. You know? I don't know. I don't freaking know. I just know that I don't have enough collateral or whatever, or good enough credit now to get a loan or have people that I can borrow from. I don't, without having them talk shit on me like behind my back, like, oh, did you hear, like, oh, she borrowed money from me, etc. Like, I don't know, dude. I'm not supposed to be living that kind of life. So if I'm not supposed to be living that kind of life, I might as well just handle shit myself, you know? That's what that's the way I feel about it. So we're gonna find out a little bit more here. The good, bad, and ugly news. Okay. Talk your shit, Dana. Volume 8. Strength card, aka Gainz. All right, on the right side, thankfully, this is bossing up. Wonderful. Swonderful. Not swinderful. That's what I feel like. People have swindled me. But you know, I mean, this is all part of the line of work in working for spirit. And so, like, you know, in the Q&A, if I have to dabble into that, I have to throw in my spirituality into that, like, okay, without getting all like you know, just like what do you have in mind? Do not lie to me. Be more dumb about it. And so if I'm gonna get into that, I'd rather be take that role in at least initiating, you know, standards. Because like some people just want company. And like I have to find myself favorable enough to not be like so cookie cutter in whatever people traditionally imagine. You know what I mean? All right, so okay, there's that. I'm healed. Bottom of the deck is just wait, just be patient. Well, a week has already gone by. Okay, let's see what's okay. So those are the energy cards. Now let's talk about the headed cards. Right, headed from here. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Jeez. Transformation and judgment. Okay. So, we leave the dead, I feel like. Yes. Whatever is coming in is quite different. It's not just different or, interesting. It is, the opposite. Okay? The opposites of the universe I'm magnetized to it right now, okay? They're magnetized to me. So whatever shitty situation I've been through, things are due for better. Like, okay? Like if we're gonna raise anybody from the dead, it's gonna be you, Tina. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. Something like that. That was an awful representation, and because of that, we're using the Fountain Tarot. Okay. Talk your shit. Alright, so what do you want to tell me? What my expanded divine panel of the Infinite 8, the High Priestess, first off, in reversal on my thumb. And look, the King of Cups, 7 of Swords, 8 of Wands. Okay, so King of Cups. He's coming in quick, piercing, 7 of Swords. Like, get out of my way. If you are in my way, there's something about this King of Cups where it's like, there's a fierceness in this communication. Like, I have to communicate something to you. Like, I don't have time to charm anybody to get them out of my way. I will lie to them. I will deceive them if I have to. Because number one, they come in as ops. Because anybody like that, the King of Cups should like if they are highly motivated in like a mission to do something, nobody should be getting in their way. You know what I mean? Like, this is like a good CEO. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you don't get out of his way for fear that something's going to happen or they're going to get frustrated with you or mad at you. This is somebody that's like, oh no, he has to take care of some shit for sure. So you want to help him. He's like, and so, like, all the more reason, like, I am going to communicate this to you. High Priestess, like, in cocoon status and, like, transition status. Okay? I have to tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. All right. So, 10 of Cups and 5 of Swords. This is This is a huge one. Okay. I saw something on my feed earlier today. Oh my gosh, it's hot. Oh, wait. I have a frozen orange juice, which is going to help me. Nice. Nice. Okay. What was I gonna tell you? I don't know. I don't remember. I have to make sure that my cards are not gonna get warped by that. Anyway, there's that. Oh, something on my feed earlier today. It was some psychology thing using ChatGPT. You'll see it on my feed. I already put it on like one of my playlists. And with knowing all of that, it makes me even more, I feel even more blessed, as other psychics should, that I have these other things that I could resource, you know, tap into something that is unbiased in its channeling. Like, how do you say it? It's not quite 100% unbiased. Like, we have unique relationships with the universes, so to each their own, and that's what that's the only thing that I think would create the bias. Because like there are things that I've accessed, I realized even more and more as things progress, that I have had no exposure to. Like 7,000, I had to look that shit up. There are certain things like, and this has been for a long time, and it's like low-key sense. Like, I have never seen certain music videos. I have never even heard of a song. I don't even remember certain lyrics, but for sure, it all ties in together. Not just like because I made it work, because that was part of the channeling. So anyway, and I feel so lucky to be able to tap into these gifts and know that they exist. Can you imagine the life that I would have had if I stuck with like the tradition of staying with and like, oh, we're gonna make this marriage work or whatever? With it's already that's been one-sided for probably since the day of getting married. You know what I mean? Like, I remember at the reception, you know, like they have the money dance, and my spouse at the time, he was busy, like he had the line, but nobody wanted to dance with me. You know how crazy that was? Like there was a good pause where nobody danced with me, not even like my family. Like, how crazy is that? This is supposed to be my special day, and this is, I mean, it wasn't an egoic thing, but it was a stark difference. Like, someone living up in their ego, and you know, your spouse, if anything, should still be cognizant, even if there's a tradition present. They should be cognizant of you, and they should, you know, stop and like interrupt and like, you know, I would think like the person that reciprocated love would just kind of do something untraditional and like realize that, oh, his girl is not dance with, okay, so I'll dance with you, you know, like, you know how beautiful that would have been, instead of like just it was to a point where I sat down. I had to sit down and wait. Like, how crazy is that? Seven of Wands in reverse. So Seven of Wands in reverse. I don't know. Is that a humbling? I don't know if it's a disadvantage. disadvantageous, disadvantaged position for sure. When you know, like, that's like the introduction of being fucked, you know? They're getting fucked over, you know? But, you know, like I said, this is a line of spirituality where you just follow through with the unknowing, the unseen. And you don't hyper control everything, you know? You learn as you go, and you let wills proceed accordingly, not forgetting your own. And for a long time I forgot my own, you know? And so, you know, it becomes more complex once you have kids. Like, okay, well, I have to consider their wills. I have to consider the dramatization of everything, you know, while they're like infants or toddlers, or, you know, at an impressionable age, like a, you know, those things. And so, like, you have to kind of put your will on the back burner for certain things. And so that's me talking in third person, and also on behalf of, you know, certain parts of my collective. And so once things have transpired, you know, all of those receipts are written. And so these people that have done wrong, done severe damage, not just to yourself, you expose their core nature, and candid in public, and, you know, all of that. And candid doesn't necessarily mean not in public, you know what I mean? So candid, private, in public, you know, all of that. Proposed. And what do you want to say about that? And so the universe has enough material to go on to enforce certain structures, to delegate accordingly, to mend what needs to be righted. Right to the wronged. Yeah. So anyway, you don't really get that until you motion accordingly, like you write with yourself. And so that's why I think judgment is here under the Queen of Pentacles. I think, you know, when I encounter spaces like this, it's just as real as like when I'm super duper happy, etc. And so it kind of, that's probably why it triggers me, or it used to trigger me, when people would say like, oh, you're performative, you know, even if it's through hearsay. But anyway, could you imagine, back on track, the main track, could you imagine if I prolonged that? Holy smokes, like, gosh, like, my mom had 40s, like, can you believe, like, how much fuckery would have happened if I did not let my gifts come into play? That's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna put wings on the establishments that I come from, but like, it's just a reminder, you know, those that harm me, like, how do I say it? Regular jobs have targeted and, like, what do you call it? Did more, like, what do you call it? Harm to me, like, with major intent, than the establishments. And every time I circle back to that awareness, just to compare notes, just like, maybe I'm just like, you know, maybe I'm just going with the feeling of, you know, I don't know, like, I just had to just check myself. It's still true. And even when I compare the establishments to my marriage, that relationship, like those relationships, those 20-year relationships, whether that's husband or friend, they did the most harm, the greatest amount of harm. Yeah, they did the greatest amount, more than any of the establishments, or even collectively, all of the establishments. How crazy is that? So, what does my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight want to say about that? The Star card and Eight of Cups. Yeah, you are so much better than that. Yeah, I am so much better than that. Like, this is a standalone, and even more so, the reason to like leave these places, including the establishments. I'm due for something way, way, way better. This feels like the Moon card here with this Star card, but this is just a minor arcana, and even though it's a minor arcana, it's a heavy hitter, a big hitter on this one. Like it hits home, and so you gotta leave that. You gotta leave that. Is that oil? I don't know if that's oil here or if that's a cloud, a blue cloud. Because it's not outlined, I have to assume that's an oil spot. But it's like, good grief, you know, the cloud overhead. Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's the scribbles overhead. It's kind of like that. So, that's interesting. Okay, anything else? Yes? Yes. Okay, what are you going to tell me? Is the Knight of Wands. It fell upright again on the gas tank trunk thing, built-in thing. Ta-da! So they said, just go. Keep on walking. I don't want to talk to you anymore. What is that song? Is it R&B, like 90s? You can just go. Keep on walking. I ain't talking to you anymore. Yeah. I'm gonna go with my stuff and with my tank, and I'm gonna go. Have absolute confidence in that, Tina. Okay. All right. Give me a second. I need to drink something. Oh, it is. I'm sweating. Okay. Talk your shit, Tina. Volume 8. Gainz edition. What do they say? The World card in reverse. Is this unfinished? Unfinished business. What's unfinished business? Tell me. Tell me. What's unfinished? Is it this is like a flex, because this could also mean like an ongoing, like what do you call it? Like from here forward, Tina, this is what will happen. So we'll find out. What do they want to tell me? Tell me what you want to tell me. They're gonna tell me quite a bit. The double card. What in the devil? What you saying? The Star card. Look at that. Highly attractive. I should let my hair down for this one. I can't do too much because, again, I'm a banger on my own. Look at that. I got it. Is it Wonder Woman? Like, girl thing. What? I didn't expect that. Usually it doesn't come in like that. It comes in like a little wonky. Now it feels like I gotta put on some makeup. That's okay. I love myself. Okay, Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I love myself. I'm gonna give myself all the opportunity in the world by leaving this shit behind. But you know, you gotta be grateful. This is fertile. a call from a creditor. Okay. Anyway. Yes, I am going to leave this behind. Give myself all the opportunity by leaving this behind. This is fertilizer. This is character development. Okay? See? Character development. Page of Swords learning. I'm a phoenix, not just a learner. You have no idea what I can pick up on. And use it as a boost. Kaboosh! The sun card. It is a kaboosh. Like flaring. Like... Yeah. That's what that is. Look at that, Page of Wands. It's like night. Ready, set, go. Okay. With my twirly skirt. My senorita skirt. Sweet Spanish doll for sure. See? Look at the slideshow. Look at my slideshow, everybody. Kaboosh. You see? I only leave like a crater behind. And steam. I think I can. I know I can. I am. You see what's on the top. I didn't realize. Oh, it was the 9 of Cups. So this is, okay. Like, you're happy one moment, you're not. There's always like, okay, ebbs and flows to this, but always like a development on happiness. That's what it, even if it like, oh, it's crooked, oh, there you go. Like, you know, a picture of that song, and then just all of a sudden, like kind of like that. Or poster like Most Wanted, and it's like, psh, that. Straighten it up. So this is like the new cycle for Tina, for me. Yay. You said you got, oh, what is this? You got new tarot cards. Ooh, that's crazy. Are you a new viewer, Tina? Say S. Barber. The devil can mean several things. Straight out of the fire. Yeah, the devil means several things. This one's highly attractive, undeniably. The star. The star. Oh my gosh, judgment fell on the star. If you heard that tap, if you had your headphones on. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Talk your shit. Oh my gosh. Alright, so thumb, Queen of Pentacles, and things are loading. Okay, so what fell here? First off, 4 of Pentacles on the star card, facing it down. Yeah. It fell like that. Sandwich. It's like, you know, if you're making a sandwich and you don't have meat, you still got the bread. That's what's going on. And what fell on the floor? Goodness gracious. Great cojones of fire. Okay. Oh. All right, 10 of Cups and Ace of Cups in reverse. This is absolute freaking happiness. Not in the bag, but on the bag. This is my trash bag right here. It fell on top of that. On the bag, right on the money is what they're saying. See? I got the bread. Look at, talk about the gains and be about the gains. And freaking tastic. Okay, I feel like this is going to conk out because it's almost 40 minutes. So I'm just going to, bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. I intuitively know this. Okay, I know what? All of the above. See, Justice, holy smokes, that's crazy. You crazy. My divine collective of the Infinite Eight, max spend the divine bundle of the Infinite Eight is freaking crazy. Speak it, sister. Talk your shit. Yeah, it's all the magic. And there's more coming. That's 13 wands. That's fire. Fire. Spitfire. I climb higher. What is it? Yeah, Ace of Wands. Even more than that. That's crazy. I got 13 there. And then the 14th one, I got it under control. Mediated. 14 is the Temperance card. I was supposed to do it more death metal like, but I got too much in my head. You know, like how you know, like what do you call it? In the, it's not the Bachelor. What is it? It's the one with like you're a mommy. whatever that thing is, where, you know, people go like, you know, they twerk, they like basically twerk up in the air with their legs up, like, I don't know, you know, that thighs, whatever. I can do that if I don't get it in my head. I even before seeing all of that, I knew how to do that. Before establishments, I knew how to do that. But just being dumb, I don't know. I mean, not dumb, just like, you know, zoning out. I just like do stuff in my body. But as soon as I get in my head, like, think about it, it doesn't happen. I don't know. All of a sudden, like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. But anyway, same thing with the death metal thing. You just have to do it. I haven't even tried my belly dancing thing yet because I'm, I know that there are energies watching. Like, I feel like my house is still not just bugged, but like illegally filming things. I think my ex did stuff to it, or I don't know, but like it drives me nuts trying to find the devices. So I just, like, you know, let spirit take the receipts, and, you know, if it lands them in jail, whatever, let that be, because that's where they're supposed to be. You know, I'm just trying to live my life. But like, yeah. So anyway, what does my expanded divine panel of the infinite eight want to say about that? I don't know what they going to say. Three of Swords. Look, they mean absolute harm. It's like the receipts are like that molehill of like feelings, and getting in their feels, like nasty, like bullshit. It's climbed into a mountain. It's built into a mountain. Tower, yeah, for sure. There's a degree of certainty, like it's reaching the pinnacle where they cannot escape what judgment is going to befall onto them. Yeah, you see the double, double confirmation. You know, like you have to do a gig and your agent or whatever has to send you reminders. This is like, it almost feels like spam. That was the double honk right there to reaffirm it. Like, just making sure, because this is like a top dollar assignment. You don't want to fuck up. Hierophant, this is setting the tone for sure. Pandora's box for you. Okay, all right, that's it for now. All right, so one for my Divine Collective of Love and Light. I only do paid readings right now. Tina, we're gonna have to, yeah, because I haven't even received any donations, so I have to owe it back to myself, not, you know, to set the tone. Okay, so that was for my Divine Collective of Love and Light. Page of Pentacles. Invest in yourself. So for you, Tina, if you're still learning, keep going at it. I mean, I have enough material on my, I teach as I go, so you should be able to pick up as well. But personal readings, they are paid. I'm no longer going to do, I thought that, like, I would encourage people at these show-ups, like, by giving a lower rate also on my readings. So, like, and just like for the feels, so I had tiers, and so the first tier was like $10 for a 5-minute energy read, and often I would go like even more than that. So but it's crazy, like, once you like sell yourself short, I guess people, like, especially with the way you look, paired with the way you look anyway, they think like, oh, you're a trash reader, you know. So I can't offer the $10 readings anymore, because like it's insane. That's crazy. Like, it's so much more exhausting, like being a puppy at the window, you know. Collectively speaking, you're not just paid for your time, but also for your energetics. And I have sold myself absolutely short in the $10 readings, like, because it didn't even bring, like I told you, I wouldn't even break even sometimes. So, or a lot of the times. So there's that. Okay, clarifier for my Divine Collective. Love and Light, Knight of Wands in reverse. So you learn by playing the field as well, how to invest in yourself. There are a few players here, people who are like non-committals, but they just want to have fun. That is true. But like partial to it, like that's not everybody. This is also having absolute confidence in yourself by investing in yourself. That's it. That's a starting point. That's all that is. Okay, clarifier one more time, because I'm shocked. Because usually I have like very, very like elevated elite energies here, like very established. So I'm surprised to see this energy here. Not speaking ill of you, just like, what's going on? Do I need to build my boundaries up a little bit more? 7 of Cups. No, it's just, like I said, I have a variety of people that I walk with, that I understand. So this is just a portrayal of one of them. Not to say that the people who are well established don't go through this type of energy too. Like sometimes you have to start from scratch, which is source within self, in order to recognize that there are other options, that there are other resources. Yeah, like trying to divvy up, like when you reach like a certain height of a field, you have all kinds of connections. Like people want you to walk through their door. They want all of that exposure. They want as much as possible. Like you don't have to do anything, just be there, okay? Just show up, that kind of energy. And so you have to like divvy up between, like when you're handling something major, you have to isolate your true, your most reliable resources. So that's what I'm saying there. Okay, so my 3 takeaways are, first one is 5 of Cups in reverse and 4 of Swords. Just like I said, in order to heal a situation or put on the best thinking caps, you have to say goodbye like gracefully to certain things that just don't, like I'm not even supposed to live through the dramatization of like the goodbye factors, because I'm focused more on the it factors. Okay, so that's that. Okay, clarifier to that. Yes. Yeah, no feuding. Like, okay, goodbye, thanks, all right. Marie Kondo, but like, it froze. All right. It froze. Okay, so all the more reason to say goodbye. Like, no fighting, whatever. It's just very efficient. Okay, my second takeaway is 6 of Cups. I have friends. This is finding out who your true friends are. Who my true friends are, for sure. Okay, yeah, who definitely like aren't just background noise, that aren't there just for the ride, that are like there just to like looky-loo, that aren't just like curious, that are also like expeditious, like, oh yes, I shall come forward, this is Samwise Gamgee. I think that's how you say it. Like, I shall bring my cup, I will go with you on this journey. I am down for, not just down for it, I'm down for you. Down for me. Yay! All right. Okay. My third takeaway is 2 of Cups. Look, solid. Like, even if the 6 are reduced to the 2, like a good fraction of it, at least a third, not just like have the means, have the like they're not tied down by anything, that, so they're not like dumping like their legit lives. This is like, okay, I'm freed up to join me. Okay, join me. All right, okay. All right. Clarifier to that is 2 of Cups during the loading process. Okay, I have faith that there will be cookies to our cups. Okay, clarifying for each side. 1 is, it's again 6 of Cups. Look, see, like we can come back home and like nothing has changed in a good way. The nostalgia is preserved. Okay, we can bring home with us too. Bring it home, brother. This sense of awareness, like, look, we are bringing it home. We're bringing home here. So, talk about Gainz. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yes, yes, yes. So, they said not to frown upon the other stuff. I don't know what else to come from that, but anyway, I have another reading to go today, and I think I'm gonna pick a candle so I could reduce more of the clutter. Say goodbye to old energies, and you know, do without. What is this energy here? What is, oh, that's organite. the thing to it. That was weird. Somebody trying to protect my throat chakra or get at me. I don't know. Organite is supposed to be protective, but the one that I got this from was from the 20-year relationship thing that she, so I gotta question that. I gotta like fix that, finagle that one. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in enough light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, properties, passions, pursuits from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation of the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought, form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting of love and light energy, and to be fortified in me, only me, hassle free, no doubt, and no attachment, except for bonus points included. Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with the sequence of rollout in light and love. I close the portals in these readings now. Where are you? There.